You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Five weeks come and gone, and we're off in week 6 on EA Sports. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. To throw, Herbert. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's the handoff. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another carry for him. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Completed to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff now from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
And the Packers at a 5th DB out there for this 3rd down play. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. This is a 48-yard look for him. Brown's kick is up and good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Love out of the shotgun. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. Motioning Watson left. On 1st and 10, here's Love. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. Love back to it after the pick. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd and 8. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, things weren't about to end after the 1st hit or the 2nd. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch. And he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. It's a two-score game early. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Slot man in motion right. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Love from the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw here.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. Shotgun now for Love. Gets this one to Watson. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. The negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. To the air with Love. Setting up the running back screen. Touchdown, Green Bay. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Short kick gathered in at the 15. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Catch made by Chuck. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can... his wheels.
They've got first down from the 31.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Hits his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that makes it 4th down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
On 4th down, here's Herbert. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. And it's the Packers. Lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the 28. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. That's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's Love to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. 45 yards on the punt there. And the Chargers take possession. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing now, Herbert. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Short pass brought in. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, here's Herbert. He's on the move. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. Working quickly here. They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing, Love. Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. The give now out of the shotgun. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
All right, set now, first and 10. Love. Short pass caught by his tight end. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They'll run here on first down. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. Manage 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Love now to throw. Has it in close. And he's brought down after a short gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They've got a man in motion. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
4th and 3, drive on the line. He'll throw it. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Junior Colson. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. Escapes the pocket. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a gain of 22. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. This one's caught. Touchdown, LA! Now in the close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
For a second, looked like the Chargers offense was coming off, but no, coaches say stay out there. We're going for 2. Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And he's got it. So they get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stops by Deion Henley. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up third and short via a more conservative ground call, but backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Throwing his love on third. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
That's taken at the 15. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. It's up close to the 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Catch made left side by McConkey. They pick up 20 yards there. And the chart.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Herbert on 1st down. Finds his man, Downs. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. 3 quarters in the books from this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Flush down now to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers have likely locked up the win right there. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Chooses to bring this one out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 28. Watson with the catch. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Tight end going in motion here. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't the linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. He fires one deep down the left sideline.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Love from the gun. Finds him over the middle. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for Christian Watson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Love to throw again. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Packers trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. So now here's 3rd and 5. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. It's a Green Bay touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. The Packers take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And no problem for the Chargers. They cover it up. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Finds McConkey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down. Hand off to the back. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Back-to-back carries here. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And they strike for a touchdown on the final play of the game. They didn't need it, but they will take it anyway. The Chargers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one.
And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Huard and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers.